and I'm watching us.
Yo.
What's up, gamers?
What's good?
Welcome to the Six Fronts podcast. My name's BeardedLuke, and I'm rusty. Haven't done this in a minute. Yo,
That's cute, bro.
we are really pumped. All right, my name's BeardedLuke. My co-host here, the Maddox.
Mr. Maddox.
And you might know who we are, or be confused about this. We used to host a podcast called the Destiny Nerds podcast. Well, this is similar but different. We're really pumped to get this. we're really pumped to get this started. Maddox. I just oust your name right here on the internet. Sorry, buddy.
Oh.
My name's Luke. So
Shit on.
yeah, that's because we just hung out for a whole entire weekend. I kind of have that in my head. But anyways, welcome.
Congrats, bro.
Yeah,
Thank you,
welcome.
Mr. Maddox, bro.
This
my
is
first
real.
ever podcast as a married man.
Yes,
I know. Oh,
this feels weird because it feels like a continuation of something that we started a long time ago, but it's new, and I'm really excited about it. So, Maddox, tell me about yourself, and then we got to introduce these amazing team members / guests.
amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Maddox, and I'm Destiny 2 PvP streamer, and unfortunately only streaming 1 day a week. And then including this would be 2, of course. I just do Destiny 2 scrims, and we also just play trials on the weekend, of course. But I'm also currently in nursing school, so that's why my streaming days have kind of dwindled down to 1. So school comes first, unfortunately.
And you're handsome.
That
Like
too.
when
So
you're that handsome,
I have a modeling career now. Yes.
Yeah, like when you're that handsome, like 1 day a week is about as much as you can give the people, right?
The Destiny community can't handle more than 1 day. So
Awesome, dude. Well, I'm Bearded Luke. I stream on Twitch once a week as well right now. Currently, I don't know what to call myself.
We're busy people.
I'm a full-time. I'm a full-time filmmaker. I just became a dad 4 months ago. Yeah, I'm a loser. I'm a loser. I play video games for fun on the weekends / at night when I'm not editing videos.
And taking care of a child.
He's right here. Every Sunday every other Sunday when we do this podcast, we'll give you guys an update on crew. Right now he's sleeping pretty good over there.
There we go. Good guy.
Passed out.
Yeah, passed out gamers. I'm the old man of the podcast, so we'll always make that joke, even though I'm only 29. But dude, enough about us.
That's a boomer.
I'm a boomer in the gaming world. But enough about us.
I'm getting there.
There's a lot to talk about tonight, right? Like we got a lot to talk about. Like this is a Destiny podcast.
A lot's happened since we were on a podcast.
Yeah, and the cool thing is what we're all a part of, Six Fronts, like this whole thing. And a lot of what we're going to talk about tonight is that because we have the creator of this entire org in this podcast or whatever you want to call it, team. I don't know. See, this is why we need to talk about this on this podcast.
Bunch of idiots.
Bunch of idiots. We don't even know what we are. And we have the community manager here. But first, without further ado, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Amps.
Hey.
I wish I had a soundtrack with claps right now because I feel like the whole room would be clapping. It's kind of anticlimactic. There we go.
Cake's got me. There we go. Big.
And
supportive guy.
We also have our insanely amazing community manager, CakeTheSnack. You know what I'm saying?
You got a cool intro and I didn't. That's crazy.
I forgot I had buttons I could press.
Crazy.
There's more syllables.
When your name, when it's like has things like that, it's easier.
Exactly.
But dude, tell us about you guys real quick before we get into we have a lot to talk about tonight, but we want to hear about you guys. Introduce yourselves.
Amps, you go first.
No, that's all you, bud.
You suck.
Oh my god. Are you like Canadian or something?
Fine, neither of you get to go then.
After you.
Yeah.
My name is CakeTheSnack, Jake. I have been streaming pretty much full time now for coming up on 2 years.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Which is crazy. Yeah, I was doing it part time along with a really shitty job at the country club, and then I quit that job. And then I was part time at community college, and I was not enjoying that. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna focus on streaming, focus on health and fitness, and
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome, man. I will say your tweets are inspiring because I don't go to the gym. and you're up at the gym every day. And I'm like, bro,
Love to
I
see
should
it.
probably go there sometime.
We
You
love
go
to see
gym
it.
every day.
I would say it's super awesome
We
to
go
see,
gym, baby.
because Maddox, you've done a lot to keep me motivated to go.
Good. I'm happy.
You and Noah, Walzer, all the whole
Yes, sir.
D2 gym community is
The
fantastic.
boys keep the boys accountable.
Exactly.
I didn't go
Enough about
today,
me.
but I didn't tell nobody.
That's my thing too. If I don't tweet it, I'm probably not there.
If you didn't tweet, it's not real. So
Right. You didn't take a pic. It ain't
Picture
real.
didn't happen.
That's awesome. Well, Amps.
Howdy do. I'm Amps. I'm a full-time trial streamer basically, but I'm trying to branch out into some more stuff
Because
you
you
I've-
recently
love trials. Got partnered on Twitch.
partnered.
He's
Yes,
a part-
sir.
this
That's
guy's a
huge-
partner.
That's a huge accomplishment.
that's amazing. It's a we've
It
done.
is,
we've,
man.
It's a huge accomplishment, bro. Like insane.
Yeah, it's been my goal with literally since I was like 15, which is when I started streaming. Actually, my first stream was in 2015, so it's been
Wow.
a crazy
Yeah.
ride. A lot of work went into it, and super proud of it. But
A lot of late nights.
a lot of late nights, a
Lot
lot
of
of lost sleep and
frustration.
stuff. Yeah, a lot of stress behind the scenes and stuff. But we got to pull down stuff, and man, it was a journey. I wouldn't trade it for the world. What
Oh, yeah.
decisions I made
Are
over
they
the past
really
2
late
years?
nights if it's 9 a.m.?
Late nights, early
Late
mornings,
nights turn into early
middays.
mornings, baby.
Yeah.
middays sometimes. Yeah, man. But nah,
Grinding.
yeah. I mean, it's one of the best decisions. Again, just kind of like Cake. Actually, I wasn't happy at school and stuff, so I decided to take a chance while I was young. I wanted to pursue one of my passions, which was just
There you
creating
go.
things that people like to watch and stuff. So
Yes, sir.
that's why I'm here.
Dude,
Hell
that's
yeah, well,
awesome.
Pog.
As we introduced you, the creator of what we have here, the Six Fronts team, start by telling us where this came from, because you were on a quote unquote content or like content team with some previous people.
Yeah,
Yep.
tell us the
Something
story.
happened. Yeah, tell us what created Six Fronts. What is it in your mind?
So ever since I've been doing this, I've made a lot of really good connections through streaming, and just getting to know like friends of friends, and people like Cake. Like I met Cake through another mutual friend, Swipe, who I'd known for
Right.
years and years and years. But like I've met so many amazing like-minded people that I was like, if we came together and did something, it could be really special. Because I believe like a core vision I had for Six Fronts is if you have like-minded people that are motivated, there's not really anything that's like that. You know what I mean? So if you all
Absolutely.
have one purpose, one same vision, and you're like, you all want the same thing, and you're all really good friends as well, that comes together and it makes a really beautiful thing that I don't think anything else like it can create. And I don't think there's anything like it in the space that we're in right now in Destiny. So that's where the idea came from, and I had to get the best people. Made sure basically the people were first, the right people fit, the right
Mhm.
vision, people were proven, stuff like that. All that stuff is kind of where we went from.
Right.
Happened over a weekend, and here we are.
I was gonna
Tell
say,
us-
how
tell
long
us-
did that take?
Yeah, I mean that was like I said, you were with a group before that thing kind of fell off, and then bam, a couple days later, you already got some other shit you want to do, you know, and
Yeah,
you want to
man.
be the leader of.
Yeah, I've had this vision for a long time. I think
Right.
again, I love the people at the previous place I was and stuff, but
Sure.
there wasn't a lot of cohesion and like there were a lot of people that had different priorities, which there's nothing again wrong with. It's just
Right.
I had a set goal in mind, and so when the opportunity arose that I could either go seek out another place or try to build something on my own, I was like, I'm gonna give this a shot and stuff. So yeah, I think I talked to Cake about it. I think I left my previous place Thursday. I think I talked to Cake about it Thursday afternoon. We got a bunch of stuff done Friday, and by Tuesday it was launched. So it
Wow.
was crazy.
Tell
Yep.
us about you're choosing. Like, who did you want? Why did you pick the people you picked? And
Sam's like, why did
Kinda
you
go
pick
one by
me?
one. I don't know why the
Not
fuck
actually
you
the
picked
one
me.
Inflate
person
my
that-
big head.
Max is the one person I'm regretting. So
You should.
I'm kidding.
He's like, you're getting pinged all day in Discord. Amps,
You
amps,
are.
amps, amps, amps.
You are.
Yeah,
I'm picking everybody left to right.
I mean, it's like I feel like I've had a really good connection with a lot of people that I mean, I didn't really get close to like people like Frosty or like some other people like that, but like I knew they were fantastic people. I'd been watching them from a distance and stuff. So, I mean, everyone, I kind of already had an idea of like, hey, if I ever made a clan, that person's just a phenomenal person. They're a great person to be around.
That you
Like,
want, yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's not even like mainly about like numbers or stuff. Like, there's just people that like work really well together, and I've seen this group for a long time. That's like really, really talented, and I mean, at some points you could even say underappreciated. That like deserve a shot to like try to make something really, really cool. And I mean, what are we, a month and a half in? And I think we're already doing a fantastic job. I mean, look what we're doing here
Absolutely.
today.
Yeah,
So-
we're literally doing a podcast with.
It's paying off, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw this night a month and a half ago. The second we got Luke in here, this vision, I'm already seeing this shit. Like,
Yes,
this
sir.
is what I expected. This is what me and Luke wanted to do, you know, months and months and months ago, maybe even a year ago. This is something that me and him have wanted to always do.
Yeah,
you know,
have
together.
our
So-
own little podcast. Yeah. Plus, we're the GSD crew. That's what I like to call Six Fronts. You know what it stands for?
No idea.
Get stuff done. That's
Yes,
what,
sir.
that's what we're doing here. We're getting stuff
Yep.
done.
We come up with ideas and we fucking execute.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
We want to
That's
do
another
that.
important
We'd like to
vision I
see.
had was people that were motivated, and I knew, like, again, it's all about what I was hoping for was all about having the same mindset and being like, look what happens when we put the work in. Look what it comes out. So
Well,
I'm glad
you
that's
chose to start with. You chose, it was I think 9 original people and then maybe 1 editor.
Yep.
So like 8 creators and then an editor. And you take those 8 people that have their own communities already and how diverse they are. You're bringing in 9 really strong streamers and editors, and what people think of them is now become what they think of your team. You know, you want that to be going up, not going down, you know?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And yeah, I'm just happy with how everything turned out. Again, it was literally, I was like, hey, Cake, you want to do this? And Cake was like, sure, man. And then we went from there. And we literally, I'm not even kidding. We made the Discord on Friday. We had all the graphics made on Saturday. We sat in VC with, I mean, Mazia Nova. Like, we sat in VC with
Yeah.
a bunch of people. We got all that cranked out. And then I made the announcement video Monday, and we were like, I want to post it now. Like, I don't know. It was super cool to see everyone so excited.
We were very eager to start with. I agree.
100%. And yeah, I think everything's going really, really well. We're gonna start posting daily on YouTube, or not daily,
Daily.
Brother.
weekly on YouTube.
Who's getting the
Weekly.
salary?
Who told you
Yeah,
that?
bro.
Weekly.
When
I
did
said
that
weekly,
change?
right? I said weekly on YouTube. I mean, we're
Oh,
posting.
please.
on
All right, guys, you
TikTok.
heard him. 3 in the afternoon tomorrow. We'll see you with a
You
new
editor's
video.
gonna be busy, boy. Oh my!
Daily.
Yikes! Daily.
Hyper's
Back that
jumping
up a bit.
off the roof.
Hyper's sitting in the back, like, huh?
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
looking
do
at the
that.
podcast like, wait a minute, what did I just hear?
But yeah, no, I'm just
Well,
super happy that everyone's motivated and
You
grinding.
like we talked about choosing. You chose this man right here, Mr. Cake, to be your community manager. Why do you think Cake? Why was Cake the one that you thought would be the best for that fit?
Oh, this is going
I
good.
can tell you
Oh,
why.
Oh, why?
Give us
why?
all the
You go
heartfelt
first then.
stuff. All
Because
right.
Cake is fantastic. He's so approachable. He's easy to get along with. He tells you straightforward. This needs to get done, and damn it,
Stop.
shit gets done. So my vote's for Cake. I mean,
Yep.
shit.
I mean, Cake and I literally only met like 5 months ago, four months ago.
At this, like, so I really love talking about like when we actually decided to do this, because it was literally the perfect storm.
Yep.
Because I obviously ended up kind of adjacent to your team in
Mhm.
like July. I had stepped away from my original team. Shout out to the homies in respect, absolute legends. I was moving towards PC, wanted a new thing. I was happy when I first got there. It's always the grass is always greener type of thing.
Yep.
But I wasn't really. I didn't really feel like I fit in the community well. So I was talking to one of my IRL buddies. I was like, "Hey, you have an endgame PVE clan. Let me just get in there, I guess," because I didn't know what I was gonna do. And I'm at the gym. It's like noon on a Thursday. I'm at the gym. I get a call from Amps on Discord. I'm like, "Oh God." This man never sends the message or calls unless something's important. So
Mhm.
I'm like,
That's
"Hi."
true.
He's like, "Hey, I'm making a new clan. You want to be in it?" And I was like, "Okay." So I spent like the whole hour and a half workout just like talking, going to VCs with potential people, just kind of feeling out what our plans were. I mean, I was like, it was just the most perfect opportunity because he had every vision he had. I was on board with, like, obviously having a team. Like, I mean, you called it an org earlier, and I think that's what we want it to be, is a team of creators all just coming together to do more than just, YouTube videos on the channel once a month and playing trials together. Like, it's more than that. And I was just like, I think that's just the perfect opportunity. Because like you said earlier, it's also not something that's in the Destiny community. It's if you're bigger like staples that are already there, but a lot of them just focus on individual content and then collaborating with each other. But there's not really anything like team centric like this. And so I was super on board with it, like from the start.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And I'll quickly touch on like why I chose Cake and stuff. I mean, honestly, Cake and I had not known each other for more than 3 months when I asked him to join the clan. Probably, right? Like 3-4 months.
Because I think we met for the first time in like February. Like we were like briefly acquainted.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, we didn't start really like interacting much till like 2 months before GCX.
Yeah, man.
Because you said you would sign my forehead, and that was like one of the first times we really had a conversation.
Yep.
And I was like, "Yep, clip it and ship it. That's happening."
Yep.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we hadn't really been like friends, but like a couple months max.
Yeah. So
that's about the time whenever I met you as well too, was like knowing you from GCX.
Wait, did you all three meet in person at GCX?
Yes.
Like you were all there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
I met
Alex
Walter
was
as well.
ignoring me half the time.
Because I didn't know it. Literally, I knew Sam. I mean, Maddox. Dude, I'm sorry. I'm going to keep doing that on accident. Like, I literally keep saying
That's three.
that.
That's three.
Yeah, bro.
Who's keeping count?
I cannot stop calling you by your name because we're BFFs. But Maddox, like, he was the only one. Him and Frosty I know super well. And, like, I know a lot of the guys in the team. But Maddox is the only one that I've met in IRL. Your dad would make fun of me right now.
Yeah,
for saying
he
that.
would.
But
My dad made fun of me for calling my people I went to school with my IRL friends.
bro, he
He's
told
like,
I've
everything's in real life. What are
I
you
heard
talking
him
about?
telling that story to like 15 different people. Like he got a kick out of that IRL
He
thing.
did.
But anyways, so you guys all met. What was it like when
Right.
you all met? Like, was there anything that was supposed
It
to
was
like
only
happen
Frosty.
from that?
Frosty, I had his number and I was downstairs. I got into the lobby like at 11:30, and that was really early, like 11:30 in the morning, and there's like nothing happening. I sat across from Goth at the Mexican restaurant there, and I'm sitting there like that's King Italian.
Bro, that's so funny you did that because when I went the first time I went in 2019 when it was called Guardian Con, literally the first thing I did was ate at the Mexican place and Goth was sitting right across from me. And I was like,
Yeah,
bro,
he was
that's
there
Capone.
with Clintus.
Bro,
Dude,
no
so
shot.
excited.
Are you
I'm
serious? He was
Yeah,
with
he
Clintus
was-
when I'm not even kidding. He was eating lunch with Clintus whenever I
and they
went
do.
there. Oh my gosh.
I'm so glad. I'm staying at the hotel next year, and I got.
You have to.
You have
bro.
to.
You
The
have
hotel
to.
experience
Hotel's
is so much
definitely the
better.
play.
I know, like I am, and I'm so excited to go eat the damn Mexican restaurant.
Bro,
so
I ate at it every
every day.
day.
Past it.
I ate it every day when I was there. I spent $50 like in 2 days just
you
eating
have to get
tacos.
their daily special. It's like a $15 quesadilla.
Yes,
Oh,
I got the and I was
with
Bro.
rice and beans and a drink. It's like $15.
their
That's
chips
the
and
cheapest thing they
salsas.
have.
Good. Their chips and salsas. Oh, it goes so hard.
It's so gas.
I mean, maybe it's still good. I went in 2019, so it's probably not as good now.
No,
but
2022 was good. I promise.
So I don't have like the same experience because I was still fairly new with like content creation and stuff. So I was almost more of a fan this year than like meeting people I knew.
That's kind of how I feel. I felt like more of a creator. Like I felt like I was going to meet people as well too. But I was also a big fan of all these people as well too.
Right.
So
yes, I was a Twitter baby. I didn't like using it because I didn't know anybody. So I was kind of there. I had an Airbnb with 10 of us. It was the first time I met Walter in person.
Mhm.
The first time I met a couple of my mods in person. None of us had ever. Two of them already knew each other. Like went to high school together. They were the only two people that knew each other and had met in person at this Airbnb. The other like 9 of us were all meeting for the first time.
That's
We've been
awesome.
playing for like a year. It was awesome. And then Amps came the first night we were there, actually. And
I was tired.
Dude, I love this. I love talking about it because you were so tired. And this was also like week 2 of the partner app. So you were like on your phone, like, because you were like, I might get it while I'm here. 75 days later.
That was in there, yeah.
Because I mean, it's just like we're sitting there.
I think I was like 6 days in, 5 or 6 days in.
Yeah, I mean,
You were stressed
you
you
were
had to take such a long break or something like that.
You were one eye open, and that eye was on your email, and it was like you just.
And I was like, because it tells you when you apply, you'll hear back within 7 business days. So I'm over here. It's like 6 business days. I'm like, come on. Little did I know, 75 days later, you know.
Yeah,
they're testing your patience. They're like, all right, he's in.
Oh, it was tested. Tested.
And didn't you get denied that first one, or you got it?
I got denied.
After that 75 days?
Yeah, they waited 75 days denied, and then I had to wait the 2 weeks, and then 39 days for the second
Someone just didn't do their job. They forgot. Like, there's no way that they took them 75 days.
It was everyone. Everyone was waiting. I forget what
my easy denial took 2.5 months.
Yeah,
that's true. Yours should have been a fast one. They should have been like, "Oh, he was on the front page one day." Okay.
Yeah, he got front page and then hosted a charity thing that got over 150 viewers.
I mean,
he's not. That was 2 days.
I mean, even ATP, who was averaging like what 120, 125 or something like that, it took him 100 days.
Yeah,
it took him exactly 100 days, and I was averaging the first time I got denied, I was averaging 102.
That's
denied.
Wild.
Yep, it was crazy. It's been a crazy year, man. Crazy year.
Oh shit.
Yep.
That's sweet. Well, I'm pretty pumped. I feel honored to be amongst you guys.
Yeah, I'm very thankful you guys asked me because I already told you guys why, but
oh yeah, I've always wanted to be a part of. I've talked to Sam. Oh my gosh, bro, this is gonna be you're gonna be called Sam now on this podcast. You can be Maddox everywhere else, but
Sam.
I told Maddox. Like we've known each other for like 3 years, and we've talked like, man, it'd be sick one day to be a part of something that's like big, but like we could be in it together, and it's also a clan and whatever. And when I saw,
we've tried,
and whenever I saw it happening, I was like, oh, that looks sick. I hope I can somehow be a part of that. And
he came straight to me after.
I was like, bro, what is this thing? First of all, I asked. I was like, bro, did you guys forget about me? Because I feel like I'd be good in that thing. I text Sam, I'm like, yo, bro, hey, can you tell the right people? Yes, just keep counting. Can you tell like the right people that I'm not irrelevant and I would be good for this? Essentially,
I have very vivid memories of like the first time we ever talked about the first time we had like a meeting. Maddox was like, Luke needs to be here. Luke needs to be here.
I did, absolutely. I have that shit recorded, bro.
We had, he was like, Luke, podcast, Luke.
Yeah.
Luke.
Well,
after I came up with that idea, I was like, listen, we need Luke because this.
It was the one.
I mean, that sold me. I was like, okay, yeah, sure.
That was the first. That was my first big idea was the podcast.
But I feel honored to be a part of it because it's just I've been wanting to be a part of a team of people that I want to be a part of a clan on the video game, obviously, of people that I like and want to play with, but also a bunch of people that
are active as well.
Yeah, that are like in the content world, but also are friends because like I'm very busy. So when I'm playing video games and stuff, I try my best to make playing Destiny or whatever not just like fun and hanging out with friends. I also want it to be kind of like a professional thing that like if I'm gonna like spend all night playing video games, why not make something out of it also, right? Like a career, like a side career or side gig, whatever. So being a part of this team, I just when I saw you guys start it, I was like, dude, that's like that's like 100 Thieves kind of thing that I could see like an end goal there. You know what I mean? Like it's really small right now, but something that if everyone's actually committed and it's not just like hype up front and then nobody's I think everybody in this team's willing to do the work part, like the process. So like there's like the hype start, the process, which is super hard, and then success. The process is where most people quit. I don't think anybody in here is going to do the quitting in that end. And if they do, they'll probably just be like, see you later. We don't want people that aren't trying, right?
Bye.
Yeah, it's actually really funny that you mentioned the 100 Thieves thing because, Cake, if you remember all the way back when we were thinking of a name, what are we going to call it? We originally came up with a meme name that we were going to call the project, which was 99 Bandits. because it's similar to 100 Thieves,
Yeah.
right? And then we were actually like, wait, something like that would sound sick. So we were like literally going through so many names. Like the only one I can remember is we came up with like Alliance 9 and we were like,
Alliance 9.
that
bro, name
sounds
was so
sick,
shit.
dude. And
That
then
name was so shit.
it's so bad. But then we said 6 fronts and we were like, is it too Destiny related and stuff? And then when we talked about the 6 pillars of what we wanted to be like and stuff like that, it felt perfect and stuff
yeah,
and
yeah.
unique.
It
And
was so funny because you were like, we were literally just like, all right, name with a number. And it was
that's
like, kinda
literally,
like,
we
it
were
was like, what
doing
was in our
number
head?
and name.
And you said,
Yeah.
you said 6 fronts, and I immediately knew what it was. But you were like, why does that sound so cool? Why does that sound familiar? I was like, it's Destiny.
So
Like,
such a
literally.
Trials player doesn't know any lore, like the Battle of
No,
Six Fronts.
exactly. No, exactly.
Bro.
People are like,
was-
raid? I'm like, huh? What?
Dude, the name's so perfect because it is Destiny related, but like let's say Destiny explodes and it's not a game anymore for whatever reason, the branding is
Still-
literally its own thing.
still makes sense.
I can think of a reason.
We'll get into that a little later, perhaps.
This will be like a 3-episode Destiny podcast, and it just switches completely into we're now
It's
an
gonna become a
esports
COD podcast.
We're the COD
League,
podcast.
COD, Rocket League,
Whatever's big at the time, that's what the podcast
Valorant,
is.
League. Yep.
Oh my
And
god!
welcome back
I have
to the
play
Fall
other
Guys
games.
podcast,
Bro,
episode 1.
I'd have to take extended
Oh,
leaves
nice.
for not knowing what we're talking about. Be like, Bearded Luke will be back in 3 months once we get back onto Destiny.
He's on maternal leave. Oh, God.
Maternity.
Oh, I said maternal leave. I'm an idiot.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
That's why I said it.
So so you'll have to forgive us, listeners, viewers, whatever you are. We are going to be talking. This is a little bit of a different episode, right? Like we're just kind of getting started here, right? But something we want to do is have a lot of the community be on this podcast. So we want to
Absolutely.
be able to bring like community members that kind of like we did on the Destinyers podcast, where we bring them in and just like we've been talking with these two about themselves, about how they started, like just a way to connect with them in a different way. Because a lot of people go and watch their favorite content creators for entertainment value, this, that. But then this is going to be like a new way for them to connect. You can connect with people on here and hear different stories and all that kind of stuff. And then we're going to actually talk about, the game. We're going to talk about Destiny and what's going on. And there's going to be topics. There's going to be some structure to this that'll probably, change and evolve as we do these episodes. And we also want to be having different team members on here on a regular basis, so it won't always just be community members. It'll be me and Maddox, and then also we want to highlight different people. Like, just for instance, look how sweet this graphic is, like, around us if you're watching this live. Shout out to Frosty, like he did the work on this.
Absolutely.
It looks beautiful. The logos and stuff, I think you guys said Nova and Mazia did that stuff, right? Or all of you just did that? I have no clue.
I made like the logo type, and then Nova cleaned it up and stuff and made the 3D stuff.
Yeah. So like everyone who helps make this, we have amazing editors, lazy and hyped. It's just, there's a lot of really, really talented people that are part of this that make
There
this
is.
happen. And we want to get them on here so that y'all can get to know them a little bit more. And we can talk about our deep, dark secrets and cry and be emotional and, I'm just kidding.
Right?
Maybe we can cry. If we could figure out a way to
I'm
cry on a
down.
Destiny podcast together, which is pretty possible if we just talk about trials. But
Damn, you beat me to the joke.
I did it. But all right, Maddox, bring us into the next thing, because I don't remember what's next.
I mean, I think we just start talking about the game now.
Let's talk
I think
about
we
the game. There's also topics that
Monka S in chat. Monka
this
S.
amps right here put a bunch of really great
saw that.
topics in Discord to talk about as well, which I think
I want
would
to
be
talk
cool.
about. I want to talk about one thing to start with, and that's
What's your KD?
you guys. Yeah. What's your weekly try? No, good.
None of
Point
your
is-
business.
Zero.
What are you guys? You guys are both PvP players. I would say primarily. Obviously, Amps, but Cake is primarily more PvP.
I'm a tower carrier. I carry
Yeah.
people to the tower.
Anyways, you guys are. We got some pretty big expectations for this next season coming up, season 19. That's promised to be PvP focused and improve in some way. And we got a little taste of what the changes are going to be for season 19 and the upcoming nerfs and stuff like that. So, what do you guys think needs to be done in just a seasonal change to help improve PvP as a whole?
Are we talking about PvP specifically?
Just PvP. Yeah, we don't really give a shit about
Okay,
PvP.
so
right
we do have the comp rework coming next season,
Right.
which
I'm scared shitless.
So what do you
I
want?
can't
Tell me
lie.
what you want.
So I think the most important change is rewarding two things. You need to reward climbing the skill ladder, and you need to
Right.
reward playtime, overall playtime, and playtime has to be separate of the skill ladder, right? So I think the two things I've thought about is having an uncapped ranking system, right? So there's no cap to glory, or it's extremely high or something like that. I think uncap's better because that adds endless replayability, and that's what comp really needs right now. Like I think comp
Kind of like
should
how
be the
Apex
yeah,
has that.
Apex,
I mean,
Rocket League.
if you look at any successful ranking system, and sorry to butt in, but that was like the main point I was gonna make too. Is like,
Yeah.
you look at Valorant, Apex, COD Vanguard ranked mode, Rocket League. Every single one of these modes
Halo
has different.
Even Halo now.
Halo's ranked exactly. Every single successful ranked mode has it's infinitely grindable and it's a leaderboard. Like you keep playing until you ascend through Diamond, Plat, Ascendant, Radiant, and you're
Imagine
Radiant
how
number
cool it
one.
is for an Apex player to take that little screenshot. I'm number one in the world, bitch.
Yeah, I'm number one Apex Predator. I'm number one
you
Radiant
kidding
in
me?
Valorant. I'm number one. I'm top 250 on COD. I'm top this in SSL and Rocket League.
And you have like fucking something to show it.
Yes, I think one of the coolest things they could do for that as well is like, do you remember back in like vanilla and like early D1 or sorry, early D2 when emblems had like variants you would unlock?
Yes.
Where you would, rather than it being a separate emblem, it was like, okay, like for example, like the old Nightfall system was like with the scores would unlock a different variation of the emblem.
Yes.
Give us
or
an
even
emblem
even the
for
auras
season.
around our head.
Yeah, that shit was cool.
Or
But like,
complete
You got a really good idea for
was
this.
it like season 19 competitive Crucible? That's the emblem. Every rank that you end at fucking plat rank, if they could do plat in this game, you get that little icon and put that on the emblem. So then when you have that emblem on, it's like, oh, that guy was plat in season 19. I can
That'd
see
be
that
sick.
without going to a third-party website, like other
Ready?
games let you do.
You ready?
Let's hear it.
Colored
Let's hear it.
titles. Colored
Wow.
titles.
That's like a
Like
That's-
like instead of just purple
Yeah,
or
so,
gold.
Yeah. So here you
That's
go.
a
So
good
we know we're
idea.
getting a new title next season, right?
Oh yeah, I can't wait
what
to do
if what if you were like mythic at the end of the season, right? What if you were like mythic at the end of the season, right? Your title glowed blue. What if you were top 1,000 in the world at the end of the season? Your title glowed bright red. What if they were different colors? Like like again,
RGB
I'm not a game
title.
dev. I'm not a game dev. I don't
but
claim to be a
I
game dev.
understand what you're saying, but I would much rather have something I can wear on my character.
No,
not, not just the.
shaders.
here's the thing.
Please, God, give me good shaders.
Here's the
No,
thing.
think
I
about-
think most players just care about something. Like if you're talking about the high end of PvP players, right? In any game, they want to show, "Hey, I'm good at the game." Like I keep bringing up Rocket League. That's the game I really play. But they have like titles that will say like Season 9 Grand Champ under it, or
Yeah.
they'll have like if you end the season in Diamond, you get a pair of wheels that has a Diamond logo on it, right? They just want something to show, like, "Hey, this is where I'm at skill level wise," and you can even see
Kind of like how
improvement.
Apex has like the trails as you're flying.
Yeah,
down.
exactly. Like just some tiny little it doesn't have to be anything crazy, honestly, especially at the beginning. But like, just
Think
give us
about-
something that
Think
like
about maybe
that is
a cosmetic
grindable and
suit that you unlock to glow every time you
or it
rank
added
up.
like wings
So if you
or
have
something.
like a diamond glow,
Dude,
you can pop on the
this is-
diamond
this
glow and
is
be like,
something
"Oh
that-
shit, he's diamond."
And this is something too that like ties back into like the trials nosedive.
Mm.
It almost seems like willful ignorance to be like, we don't know what'll get people to go to the lighthouse. We're giving you extra like cosmetics. Give us triumph
Easy.
for give us
Ornaments.
or literally give us like the exile set, but make it fancy and give us like triumphs for X amount of flawlesses, X amount of carries, whatever. Or just random drops in the lighthouse. Do you know what'll get people to go to the lighthouse even with flawless pool on? That cosmetics.
Random
That's
drops.
all
Oh,
people
I
want.
still need an adept in cannon, but that was last week. Now I gotta wait till he comes back around.
Yeah, I mean, like I think adepts are so widely overrated by like 90% of the player base. Like they're good, but with crafting especially, they're kind of
The problem
falling
with the current
behind.
system too is like, say it's the shotgun one week, the population will be a little bit higher, but then it's like the scout rifle the next week, it's gonna plummet because nobody cares about some of these weapons, right? So like if you are gonna have it, you gotta have like a nice solid base of a full pool of good weapons, because otherwise the trials population is gonna look like a sine graph. It's just up and down and up and down and up and down, and it's
Right.
already going on a fast decline now at the beginning of seasons. Like that is another point that trials needs to look at, I think, as well.
Well, I think what ideally, right, and this tie back to the original question, I think as if the comp mode becomes this infinitely grindable, like leaderboarded system
Yes.
that people want, I think that's the best thing for trials. Because
Oh,
trials,
100%.
because the way they've touted trials as their ultra competitive mode, right? But that's not what it is, and that's not what it
Absolutely not.
should be. So I think a comp rework focusing on, all right, this is where the best of the best are going to play and show that, versus
Every
here's
day.
PvP
Available every
weekend.
day.
Yeah, here's PvP on the weekends that you can get some loot from. That I
Yeah.
think that completely shifts it to where it's a good, healthy balance. But like, I've had matches and trials in Flawless Pool. Number one, I know too many people by name.
Yep.
Like that shit's ridiculous.
That's
but like,
crazy. Yeah, that's
if
not good.
no, but it's like the games that are playing are like 5-4, 5-3 games. Like, this is a great game for competitive. This is not a good game for trials. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
When you have 8,000 people split 12 ways in a weekend,
Oh my God.
it's like, that's horrible. But like, if you have the people playing comp and then like, oh, let's do a trials card, la di da di da, we've gone to the gold chest. Now we're back to comp because we want to play more PvP. It's like, that makes so much more sense.
I think
to
it
me.
makes trials a lot more approachable from a casual player base's perspective as well. Like if you think of like, oh, the sweats, like, or whatever, they'll be in comp, like grinding, like, especially if it's an uncapped ranking system, they can't sacrifice 2 or 3 days out of the week to go play trials and not play comp. They have to keep
Right.
climbing the ranks, right?
It's then,
So trials,
but then in that regard, you have to make trials more rewardable.
I mean,
where
yeah,
you can continuously grind it throughout the weekend.
yeah, and I think like, I think having I've said this for the longest time. Trials should never, or I mean, it has been. I don't think trials should be the end game for PvP. I think, like,
I agree.
again, endless ranking system that not only rewards the climbing skill ladder. This is coming to my second point, but having like so I think this is going to happen. Like, if I had to guess what's going to happen for comp, Shax is going to get a focusing like little table like every other vendor's gotten, but have that so it's just like match completions in comp, or you get some sort of currency from match completions or random chance from match completions that lets you focus an Umbra engram to get a Crucible reward. Like, reward players' time, whether they win or lose or not. That's super important for comp. Like, again, it is for high skill players, but you don't want it to just be the top 0.1% of players. You want everyone to play that, even if they're gold rank or silver rank, right? So I think having both sides of it, where like there's a vendor that rewards your time, but then also having like strictly cosmetic rewards for skill. I don't like, again, this might be a hot take or something, but I don't think having like weapons locked behind a certain skill rank like we had in the past is a good thing necessarily. Farm random rolls of that by just playing comp. You know what I mean? I don't think
So
comp should never be like a
ranking
carry
up.
system. Like, comp shouldn't be a, hey, I want this gun, can you take me to 2100, right? It should be like, comp is like, I'm 3 stacked with the 3 or 2 best people I know, right? And I'm gonna go try to beat everyone.
Win.
Yeah.
I want to win.
You're playing to win. Yeah.
And
Exactly.
I think that also, like, this is an idea that I've had for like forever, and this kind of goes away from like just the PvP sense, but like what I want to see anyways. So, like, talking about comp weapons, Mountaintop Recluse, like the outstanding, like the busted shit. I think back on that. I mean, obviously the game needed life breathed into it when they're like, all right, 3 pinnacle weapons every season with unique perks that are stronger than everything else. Like, that's not sustainable. Then they went down to the 3 ritual weapons with like your Randy's, your Python, your I can't think
Don't
of a
even
card one 'cause
don't
they were
even
bad.
think
They're
of
so
Vanguard
lame you
ones.
can't
Buzzard
remember 'em.
sidearm. But they took that and then they went down to 1 ritual weapon,
Which is
starting
an
with a
ornament.
Dord and Hunt. And I think I had I was like, okay, here's my thought process behind that, right? I think either go back to the 3 ritual weapons, but I don't love that idea. I think they should do 1 pinnacle weapon, and then you reward people for playing comp by giving them an ornament for that, or even like an adept version of it in like GMs or something. Like, encourage people to not just climb ranks and stuff, but like keep playing.
Yeah.
Like, give people like that, like a specific ornament for playing X amount of games in competitive for this pinnacle weapon. Like, this is a better gun than, like, I mean, like a pinnacle, like even, I don't fucking know, a linear fusion rifle. Like, even there's a lot of them. Like, make this one have just the perfect perk combination for both activities and a new unique perk that people haven't seen before. Make them want to do whatever to get it in the first place. But like, oh, PvP players and like PvP mains, but even also people that don't play it that much are encouraged to go in, test their skill level, and they're rewarded with something unique for it.
Yep.
It's like, I think if they would just focus on the little things like that, because obviously you have to have big content releases to keep the game alive like to stand the test of time. But I think, especially, I mean, even like mid-season, right? If we, in the middle of every season, had like a couple little things like that added, I think that would just save a season. Like, because right now, I don't think we have 140,000 people playing Trials in a weekend. I think we have 200,000 to 300,000 if there's like cosmetic rewards involved.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be back in there instantly.
Dude, that's where I met Luke. Is the damn...
Yeah.
We were playing comp every damn night.
Yeah, bro. That was because I was trying to get Unbroken, but we played so much comp.
We played so much comp, and it was worth it.
Oh, it was fun. Yeah.
Dude, and it was fun. Going in there with the boys was fun.
Yes. I got
comp
Unbroken.
Is miserable right now.
Comp is bad. I got Not Forgotten. I got Not Forgotten. Season of Arrivals was the first time I ever hit Legend. And I was like, I tried so hard for so long to do that. And it's, I just miss that feeling of like,
dude, the quest difficult. For everything was sick.
Yeah. Dude, I still have a clip.
So many solar hand cannon kills, solar whatever.
Bro, it was so much.
Depth. You got Luna's Howl, and you're like, cool, I got the cool gun, and then it's like, oh hey, by the way, now go get the cooler version of that cool gun.
Yeah,
like there was depth that made you want to keep going. You know what I mean?
Right. I still remember getting
Not
Forgotten.
Those guns were like the best in the game, and that's why people played it. I mean, there's other ways to drive incentive other than, hey, look at this really broken gun that you have to go grind for. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's other meaningful ways that players like will chase. Again, like having literally people probably care more about a number than a god roll. They want to be top 1,000 in the world. They want to be number 1. They want to be this certain rank. People probably care about that more than getting a 5 out of 5 roll. And I think that's the one thing Destiny's missing is like. And here's the thing, like that's another problem with the just overall season model in Destiny right now. Once you get the gun, especially like a crafted gun,
you're done.
Your season grind is over. So it's
done.
Like that for comp too.
That's in the first 30 days.
And again, you talked about sustainability, Cake. It's not sustainable for them or good for the sandbox to make broken gun. You know what is sustainable? Uncapped ranking system that resets every season.
And cosmetics.
And
more titles.
Just kidding.
They did a great thing. Sorry to cut you off, Maddox. They did a great thing with mementos.
What the fuck?
His name's Sam.
6.
Hurry up before I lose my thought.
They did. You go ahead then. I'll keep mine.
No, I lost it.
It's over. We're done. Podcast is over.
Oh no, bro!
No, I think
I lost it right as you said that.
Bro, he's old now, man.
Way.
He can't remember stuff.
I would have forgotten mine had I not cut you off. So like I know the pain. But no, I think that they did a great thing with mementos, where it's like, oh, you get this I think just for crafted guns sucks, but like, you do this activity. You get special cosmetics for doing the hard things and Gambit, but that's hard for a different reason. Give us more. I would still be doing GMs if there was a cool shader that was behind X amount of GM completions. Or
you know how many people come to my chat to play Trials that are like, yeah, I don't care about the gun. I just want a memento. People will sit there for 10 hours a day watching Trial streams trying to win a raffle for a shader on a gun. That should speak volumes.
That's wild.
Huge.
That should speak.
Or even like
volume.
adept weapons or adept mods that
I mean,
aren't
what's
in-
the-
Yeah, I mean that was hard to collect and stuff too. Is getting all the adept mods. Like people were grinding that, but it's been out for a long time.
Is Counter-Strike
Yeah.
the game? What's the game where people pay like thousands of actual dollars?
That's Counter-Strike.
Like
CS:GO.
CS:GO. Okay, so
Yeah.
shouldn't that like immediately like people? That's competitive people that want to pay money for cosmetics. Shouldn't I mean we shouldn't be
give
paying
Destiny
money
skin
for the good
market.
stuff in Destiny. I want to earn it, but that I'm not saying that we should just look at that game.
Why can't we spend
But-
$10 to look cool?
I would
Dude,
spend
you know,
$10 to look cool.
Please.
Hey,
Why
all
can't I
I'm saying
spend
is if
$10
they
and have
released an
like a
all
big
black
sword on my back or
shader
something?
for 1,000 silver, they would make so much money.
Oh, they would
Oh,
make their
dude.
whole year's profit like done.
They would make so much
I'd
money.
buy it. I'd buy it for people. I'd be doing giveaways. Who wants the black shader?
Oh my god, yes. Legitimately.
I'm giving away
yes.
10 black shaders.
Absolutely.
And then
Let's say-
creator codes apparently on the horizon. Could be.
Oh,
Did you,
What? So
did
tell
you
me,
guys see that?
I did
tell,
not see
tell
that.
me what a creator code
Oh, really?
means. I hear this all the time, and forgive me for not knowing what it is. But what does it mean?
Are you talking about like what a creator code
Like
is?
the
or
word
what
creator
Destiny-
code. Like
oh,
in
so it's
general.
basically if I buy something in the game, say I buy silver, I put in code amp. It doesn't give me a discount, but it gives the creator a profit. So it kind of like it's a way to support.
Supporting
It's to support the people that are making content on your game because like
So you would
again,
get paid. Like if I bought something and used your code,
directly from the store, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you
you
buy
don't get
silver,
a discount, but you get like you get like
No.
a
Some
percentage of
it
that
goes to
basically.
us, yeah.
yeah, a percentage of that goes
That's
to creator.
cool. They should definitely
No,
do
yeah.
that.
Did
I mean,
Fortnite start that? Was
Fortnite
I
started
think
that.
Fortnite
yeah.
was the starter, yeah.
I've always heard the
again-
word, but I never knew what it meant. So that's pretty
Yep.
cool.
And again, I'm a little biased, but like creators drive a lot of interest for games, and
Absolutely.
I think creator opinion also like if you want to get new players in your game and stuff, creator opinion of your game probably matters a lot more than a lot of
We're
things that they
just-
probably think. It's
We are
like
just free advertising for Bungie.
exactly.
That's all we
I mean,
are.
there's people that come into my channel all the time that are like, "Hey, I'm bored of COD. Should I come back and play Destiny?" And I mean, in the current state, it is hard to recommend it, right? And again, I'm not saying like,
Right.
"Oh, don't play it. It's a terrible game." Blah blah blah. It's just hard to recommend because like it's a super
It's hard to
frustrating
explain
time.
as well too.
Yeah, exactly. And but yeah, so I think companies that are investing in their creators and stuff like that are
Dude,
also
dude,
Are
the
better-
new, the
better
new
off,
light
for sure.
The new
Absolutely.
light experience is so weak.
also
is it
true.
rough? Like, because there's
It's
so much to
rough.
do in the game.
so
Like,
bad.
I feel like if I was new and I don't tell people to play this because there's so much stuff to do for someone new. First of all, like, how do you even manage?
There's so much to
all of that?
understand.
Like, how do you even start?
You have less than nothing. You are broke as a joke when you start this game. So, especially with the 3.0 subclass reworks, that has made it 10 times worse.
Oh yeah,
start
because you have
out-
to buy all that stuff with Glimmer.
Yeah, you start out with no. You start with like 3 aspects.
You
Or
start
like,
out with
one
Void.
aspect, like 3 or 4 fragments, and Void, just on Void. That's it. Then they expect you to go accumulate 4 million Glimmer to buy the rest of the subclasses. Then you got to go do Beyond Light to do all the stasis shit, even though that's 2 years old. And then you have no mods. You don't have hand cannon targeting. You don't have fusion rifle scavenger. You don't have shit. So you got to go save up more Glimmer for that. And you gotta hope Ada sells it, and then you don't even know who Ada is. You just gotta hope you happen to stumble into that vendor.
You're right.
Is this
Who's
just like
And then
how
you got
MMOs work?
crafting, and that's a whole different ball game because you don't start crafting guns till you're like an hour and a half in. You're already like, okay, now what is this currency? Now what does this do? Now what does this do?
Is
yeah,
that,
and then you go into Crucible and you're like, oh, I just got one shot meleeed, and then like, dude,
Yeah, and then the new like Crucible quest is like, hey, go play a game of competitive. No,
yeah,
no,
yeah, it is.
no. Why?
Oh,
why is
God.
that? No.
Why do I have to do that?
I like,
You have to play like 3 comp games and get like 750 glory points or some shit. It's
yeah.
like, whoa. I have a blue hand cannon and a green shotgun
Yeah.
and no abilities. And you want me to go play the competitive mode? No.
that sounds like it should be
Yeah.
a competitive mode that everyone has the blue hand cannon and the green shotgun and no abilities.
Yeah, just blocked loadouts. Absolutely.
I mean, that's
God.
like again, this is weird, and I know this is shocking to people. I've really never really played a COD up until the one that just released, right? So me going to COD, I'm like lost on like the movement and like the
Right.
recoil patterns and stuff. I can only imagine what going into Crucible right now as a person that's never played Destiny 2 PvP looks like. Like, can you imagine?
It's
Just
hard,
with
man.
all the craziness that's going on. You have a storm grenade that then chases you 45 miles that you can barely see, and then you have like 16 Titan shields in front of you, and then an Invis Hunter, but he also has wall hacks, but you can't know he has wall hacks unless you inspect him before the game. Like,
It's
Bro.
also technically harder to kill people in Crucible because Call of Duty, like you just body shot most. You're not like aiming for the head typically. Like you're just
Yeah.
trying to
I
hit
mean,
something.
yeah.
So
time to kill with the worst gun is like half a second.
yeah.
But
So
then
it's
you're like, oh, what is this nifty Kvastov that I have? Oh, I'm doing 8 damage from point blank range. Uh-oh. And then you just
Yeah.
shotgun punch dead. You're like, all right, well, goodbye.
is it
Yep.
though? What's WoW like? So like this is technically like Destiny is an MMO, right? That's what they want
That's
to say.
exactly what I was about to compare this to. Imagine if I've never played WoW. Imagine
What if we
you
went
guys
into
trying to
that,
explain to me what WoW is and how to play it, and I wouldn't even understand.
bro? I feel like I'd get in there. That's like 20 years of DLCs. Like
It
what do we?
is,
What do you?
and I mean, shit. We're going on how many years for Destiny? Almost 7, 8 years.
I was just on
Years.
2.
are we going to year 9?
We have just we started
is the
year
9th
8 in
year.
September. We started
There's
year 8
so
in
many
September, I think.
things that have happened.
No, we started year 9 in September.
I think this is your. Am I fried?
This is
We're going into year 9.
going into year 9
Overall.
Yeah, year 9
2014.
started in September. Yeah, year 9 started in September.
Of overall, right? Not just Destiny 2.
Correct.
Right.
Okay.
Overall.
There's so much. We can say someone, oh yeah, back in the Forsaken meta, and they'd be like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah,
Walzer.
so-
Right?
What the
Walzer
hell
doesn't
are
know
you
a lot
talking
about
about?
Forsaken.
No,
We're like,
Walzer-
bro,
Walzer-
this is the
Walzer
greatest time
played-
ever.
So Walzer played like a little bit D2 launch and then came back in Splicer.
Yeah, we
So
say
he
spare
missed-
rations.
He
He's
just
like,
has
what
no
now?
clue, yeah, about
What's
anything.
a spare rations?
Yeah.
You
You're
guys
like,
had to
Dust Rock
spare your
Blues?
rations.
He's like, huh?
I guarantee you, if we were like, hey, do you want to see this clip of Dust Rock Blues on Gambler's Ruin? He'd be like, in English, please. Like, that's,
Yeah.
There's so many, like, I mean, we can talk about the Destiny content vault, which I think overall is like not the worst. I mean, WoW has vaulted content, but that's 20 years. But I feel like we could prioritize getting some more maps back.
That'd be
Like,
the simple thing to add. Like add 3 or 4 new maps, like brand new, not old ones, brand new. You're instantly gonna make probably 25% of the community a little bit happier, right? Just by
Absolutely.
adding maps.
If they drop 2 maps in one season right now, the community would explode.
They're just
They'd be like, PvP content. You know what I
yes.
mean? And I watched the
It's
Taken
literal
King
content,
trailer
even
the
if
other
it's a new
day.
map.
They released 8, I think it's 8 maps in Taken King for a DLC. 8 PvP maps.
wow.
We have had like what, a third of that new in the past 3 years?
Yeah.
Since Beyond
Or a
Light.
fourth?
Since Beyond Light, we have gotten 4
New.
new. No,
New.
well, 2 new, 2 returning.
We haven't gotten 2 new.
We've got 1 new
We've
and 3
gotten
returning.
Disjunction.
We've gotten 1 new with 3 returning because we had
You know
Disjunction.
the newest map before
Cathedral-
Disjunction? What it was?
I
Fragment and Shadowkeep.
Yep. But say since Beyond Light, we've gotten Vostok and Eternity out of the vault. We got
DG
Cathedral of Dusk from D1, and then we got Disjunction was the only new map we've gotten.
And if we're keeping tallies of what maps you just said, the 4 least popular maps in the entire game
Yeah, right.
as well.
These
And
are
again,
notable
not to
single
bash or anything, but like that's where the frustrations are coming in, I think. And a lot of the burnout is like things just like especially the seasonal model. I could talk for 10 hours about
Yeah,
the
no,
seasonal
that's
model
gonna be
in Destiny right now.
next. I wanna circle back, kind of just summarize.
Bro,
Kind
I
of
got
what your
seasonal
expectations.
stuff. I got opinions
Yeah,
on seasonal
but-
stuff.
So season expectations for season 19. I think we're all in agreement that the comp rework needs to be like good. It needs to be great.
be good.
It needs to be grindable. It needs to be uncapped.
They announced it
There
in
needs
March.
to be rewards and cosmetics, even if it's emblems, glows, helmets,
Something.
Titan marks, whatever the hell. It
It
needs
can-
something to
I'm
reward
telling you
us
right now,
endlessly.
It has to change the ranking system, otherwise it will be an L.
Absolutely.
Even if it's making it harder and not uncapped,
Absolutely.
like that'll still be somewhat of an L. But like there
There needs to be loot and there needs to be cosmetics,
What
though,
the-
like without a doubt.
what they've done in most reworks is like, hey, look, now you can focus at the vendor. That's been the point of the rework. Like comp has to be different. They have to go hard on this.
Yeah.
And like again, you make comp good, trials it does not get complained about like a tenth of what it is now. Comp is way more or trials is way more approachable. The PvP community is happy. Even if like we don't get another map for like 6 more months, right? People are gonna be grinding the new comp. You know what I mean? Like that, and it's endless replayability.
It's available all the time.
Yeah, I mean, think about how much that would change the Twitch meta of Destiny 2 PvP. People, instead of watching carry and all that stuff, like that stuff will still be going on, but during the week, people will be watching like the number 1-2 team versus the number 3 team in the world, like just match.
Yeah,
and it won't be carries. It'll be like, this is my team
actual
of 3.
entertainment.
That shifts the meta of content across the board. So like that shifts YouTube content. YouTube content isn't just build crafting and like, oh, I manage this team in trials. It's like there's
teams. There you got teams that we all recognize as well too. I'd be like, oh my god, I am sits at the top for this week.
Yeah,
whatever.
Exactly.
You know, I think one thing that this game could, I don't see it happening, but I think one thing that would be really, really interesting would be for them to experiment with, like, so the way COD works and the way their ranked mode works is they take the official CDL rule set and implements it into their ranked mode. Like, so the ranked mode for Modern Warfare 2 is not coming until 2023, but with Season 1 launching on Wednesday, they're adding in CDL Mosh Pit. So when you launch that playlist, it is 4v4. It is no shotguns, no marksman rifles, no rocket launchers, no, like, the perks that are restricted in CDL Mosh Pit. Like, all of that stuff that is enforced officially in that rule set is in their ranked mode. Obviously, stuff like gentlemen's agreements for like certain guns that are stronger than others are not enforced. Like right now, the 74U is broken. It's not being used in scrims, won't be used in tourneys, but it will be usable in the actual ranked mode because it's not actually against the rules. But I think it'd be really cool if Destiny would experiment with something like how the scrim community has been like, all right, one fragment or like one aspect, you know, like restrict it to one aspect per subclass. One, like, I mean, obviously you can't go as far as like loadout restrictions, but like, I don't know, something interesting with like capping. I think capping stats would be like every person, no matter what your stats are, you go in with a flat regen rate of your class ability, a flat discipline cap, a flat strength cap. So it's like actually limited. I think that would be super interesting because then you get to actually focus on the gunplay without having to worry about people build crafting 100 strength, double melees, dead messenger slide, and you dead.
Yeah, I think a good point. So first of all, I don't ever see Destiny, like the vision of Bungie and what Destiny is, I never see them restricting anything, right? Like certain fragments aspects, they want you to build craft like that. That's how I kind of see them moving forward, like going and making Destiny. But like what you brought up, like having even regens and for like your rift and stuff like that, like I think that's could be realistic of an ask, right? And obviously like light level won't be enabled, but making it just an even playing field where I have all the same stuff, you have all the same stuff, it's all the same, you know what I mean? Like I think that having just
just experiment with it. Like
exactly. I think that's a good idea. We'll see. Like if they come out and say, all right, full scrim rules here, the official Destiny 2 League rules, and they're in comp next season.
Hell no. That's not gonna happen.
It won't.
I'm pogging. Are they?
I'm pogging.
I'm pogging over here, bro. But that's just never. I think we all know that's never gonna happen. You know what I mean? So
right.
I think our best hope is kind of again. Like
I think the
experiment with things.
The minimal amount we can ask for is a uncapped rank system with cosmetics, whether that's gear or whether that's emblems or whether that's glows or titles or anything like that. Something that we can show off just by walking in the tower.
Yep.
Yes.
That needs to be minimal. That needs to be the most minimal thing that needs to be added.
Fucking minimum.
If that's what we get, I'm happy.
Yes.
If that's
if
all
we
you
get,
need
like,
to add,
if
like
we get
imagine
like
that
skirmish
simple
back
change.
and it's like a rotation of 4 modes,
You
a
get
couple
skirmish
maps.
and you get
Give me
it's
countdown.
3v3 or 3v or
Yeah,
4v4.
imagine have it like rotating like Clash, 3v3 Clash, aka skirmish, and countdown and zone control and maybe Rift, right? And just have those 4 modes 3v3, and
Yeah.
they rotate. You can have it, and then say you have 46 Crucible maps rotating every season that you can change in and out, like Trials.
Right?
Like, Trials
and now
has
we're
a
like,
set,
oh, what's the map this week? You know?
or not even like this week. Just have like a okay at the beginning of the season, be like these are the comp maps for next season.
Oh,
You know
that's
what I
right.
mean?
Yes, it is rotating.
Yeah,
Well, and that actually reminds me of something else I was talking about with COD, because that's such a unique. I feel like that's in terms of like comparable ranked modes. Like you can't really compare Apex's like how the ranked works, how Valorant works, because it's not the same game type. COD's an
Right.
FPS. The way they do, and this is how CDL works. It works in ranked. You have X, Y, and Z maps for hardpoint. You have X, Y, and Z maps for search and destroy. You have X, Y, and Z maps for the other game mode, control. So like Destiny, all right, we've got countdown on Midtown, countdown on Eternity. Skirmish on Deadcliff, skirmish on Jav, zone control on Bannerfall. Having like set modes for set, like obviously it's random whatever you get, but when you have the problem like what happened with Rift launch, where rifts are spawning under the map on certain maps, and like, okay, Rift is ready for 3 maps, and there are 19 maps where it's not playable. You end up with like, oh, now we're in comp on Countdown on Dead Cliffs, and I can see that bomb from my spawn. That shouldn't happen.
and the heavy ammo like 17 feet below the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's
Mhm.
like just stuff like that. I think having like set maps is a good thing. I think having set if they do the multiple game mode route, which they should, I think having like set maps for set game modes is good.
Mm-hmm. And again,
Even if it was just one
probably
game mode.
unrealistic.
If it was just skirmish and that's all that ranked
Having
was,
game type voting, it's probably unrealistic, but like the amount of wonders that would do. Like imagine you see freaking Bannerfall zone control, and then like Disjunction zone control and Jav skirmish. You're like, please, dear Lord, give me Jav. Like imagine
Yeah.
like the experience
Listen,
would be better because
another thing we
people
could
would be
add
happy
to the
with their
long
choice.
to help with the longevity of comp is do like other games like Halo. Do your placement games. You have 10 placement games, then you get put in your rank, and then you get rewards from there. Are you in 10
Instead of grinding from 0?
Yeah.
We'll see. If I had to give my prediction for what happens next season for the comp rework, yeah, Cake, yeah, bro.
This is yes. Who just has
Great
paper
visual.
sitting next to them?
I had to draw something the other day.
My prediction is we get the focusing table. I think they don't
Yeah.
uncap comp. I think they move it to 10,000 to match the rest of the ranks. I think they move
Right.
it to 10,000 uncapped. And I think we might get some new sort of... The title will basically kind of be the same as like...
It'll be broken
trials
instead of
title.
unbroken.
I was like, it's gonna be a synonym.
We'll just call it broken.
Yep.
And
And
that's what we are mentally.
I wish
It's
I
just
could
like
be
every
like...
ability is in this game.
And I wish I could be like, yes, we're gonna get freaking all these game modes.
First
it's
one
gonna
to
be set
10K.
maps. Yeah, it's just gonna be 0 to 10K. It's gonna. That's what like. Again, I'm at the point where it's kind of a. I'm gonna believe it when I see it type of thing with Destiny 2 PvP right now. And man, I hope all the things we said tonight come true. I hope it's uncapped, tons of cosmetics, all that stuff where player time gets rewarded, all that stuff, and it's popping and it revitalizes PvP. I hope so. Is it gonna happen? I doubt it. And we'll wait and see. That's kind of my prediction on it. And I don't want to be the Debbie Downer, but it's kind of how things have been trending. So
Expect the worst, hope for the best.
yep.
I think that'd be fantastic. And what's crazy about that is that little update right there keeps the whole season going and keeps everybody happy for the whole entire season.
Yeah, and I mean, imagine like the last week of the season, and you're like, oh my god, the Fizzle is like 10 points behind Frostbolt. And then you're watching their streams, and they're
Who
streaming
finishes
12 hours a
first?
day, and they're grinding, and then they match each other, and then it's like, whoa. Imagine that. That'd be so
Yeah.
sick. Oh, and another thing I forgot to mention, I'll mention quickly. Rank-based matchmaking, not skill-based matchmaking.
Absolutely.
Rank-based.
Absolutely. silvers go against silvers.
Mm-hmm.
High silver goes against golds, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm all for that.
And make it a
Me
big
and Luke will
deal
be
to
grinding
rank
that
up.
shit again, boy.
Make it
Yeah.
a big
That-
deal to rank up. Like,
If there's a seal, I'll play.
I was did the
there's
smile.
a seal. We already know that there's a title next season for comp.
Then I'll be in there
Dude.
like somewhere.
My inner like 14-year-old like just lit up.
I get happy, bro.
Dude,
Yeah,
I was like thinking about that like last minute race for first place. Like that made me like giggle on the inside. I feel like a little kid. Like that sounds like so much fun.
and what's even better is they can do a similar thing in PvE as well too when GMs come out. You can have a seasonal stat.
Imagine
of
ranked
times.
GMs.
Speed running. This person is at the top of the season for the fastest certain strike finish or whatever. And if they finish first, then damn it, they get a cool little emblem or something. You can do the same thing in both ends.
And a Gambit one too. Yeah.
And then the
And
Gambit
the
one.
Gambit one. There you
The
go.
most primeval kills. Yes,
I mean,
sir.
Most wins or
The
I
most
think-
times playing on 3 maps.
most banked or some shit. I don't know.
Dude, literally, if they
modes
take
banked, I'd win.
all the shit that we have to go to 18 different websites for and put it in an in-game leaderboard, it'd be so good.
Here,
Bring us the barracks.
yeah.
Yeah,
I will.
That's
I
three
will
different
say.
communities that get to see a race to the final end of the season of who
Yeah.
gets first place, who's number one at the end of the season, who gets that cool ass seal with the number underneath it.
Six
Dude, like,
Fronts
come on.
does.
You damn right.
Yeah, baby.
We're coming for the number one.
How cool would that be? You
Bro, I
highlight
think-
someone that's in your game. You're like, oh my god, how did he get that emblem? Oh my god, he was top 10 last season in comp. Holy shit, he's really good.
That's what
And
people
dude-
care about.
Imagine,
what I'm saying.
and imagine this too, right? There are like staples in content that used to play Destiny that stopped because PvP wasn't fulfilling that need. Dude,
I can name
I
3 or
can
4 right now.
I could tell you 2 that would probably come back if it was like consistently good for a season.
M-Tash
Lupo
is
and
one.
Ninja. I think
Oh.
Lupo and Ninja would play this game and bring hundreds of thousands of people back.
M-Tash would as well too. That's one
M-Tash
reason
would
why
start
he
maining
quit.
it again, yeah.
Mr. Fruit.
I mean, if your Fruit's playing it again. I mean, like and if Lupo and Ninja come back, Tim starts playing this game. They teach.
Oh
like,
my god.
They teach Tim.
Yeah, they teach Tim.
We're
and then
going
Nick
down
Merckx.
the copium train now, bro. We're
Oh, this is not copium. This is hopium. This is hopium. right?
Hopium.
We-
Hopium
we
too.
We are sucking all of the opiums right
We're
now.
sucking it.
We are sucking them down. Yeah.
I mean, it's potential though. Tell me I'm wrong.
It's possible. Is it gonna happen?
But it
No.
can. That's what's so crazy.
I have zero
Schrodinger's
hope.
game does.
I am not gonna be on the hopium because I don't want to be like, all right, we're getting this, and then the TWAB to come out and be like, hey, go enjoy your new title where you have to get 10 grenade launcher kills every week, and you're like,
Yay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
and I hope. I mean, we have been like, again, the Destiny 2 like PvP community has not been the nicest to the community managers and stuff, but I hope they've gotten the sentiment like there needs to be serious attention to half of your game that has been I don't want to use the word neglected, but it is like not seeing the love that it used to. And I mean, there's a lot of hardcore like community members and like creators and just players in general that you're just pushing out the door, and it's every season it will start just pushing more and more and more. So I'm really hoping that they've heard the main sentiment from us, even if it's not been in the nicest way.
Majority of people want something they can continuously grind.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Which
Be number one.
PvP
People want a bragging rights.
PvP is the easiest thing to like this last 30 days of the season that I never play. PvP having something to do in it, first of all, would be the thing that I want to fly through the PvE stuff so that I can get to PvP. Now I'm like I fly through my guild for Unbroken and then I'm done. Like I don't play it again.
That's a thing. You can get a good player gets 0 to 5,500 in a couple hours.
Yeah.
That can't be a thing.
Like
That's
7
why
hours at most.
Yeah, I mean, like you can go look up a 0 to 5,500 solo run on YouTube from like last season, and it's probably
4
like
hours.
4 hours, man. That is not a season's worth of grind. You know what I mean? That's
But it
like,
is if it's uncapped.
yeah. If it's uncapped, you'd see people at like 120,000 glory, and you're
And
like,
you could have
oh my god.
you could have a separate rank. You could have a solo rank and a regular rank.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this person finished 10K solo. Holy shit. He's a good player by himself.
Yeah.
You have
And then
two
that,
winners
that all
at the end
that
of the
all
season.
works with their their new system coming in, Lightfall, like the player like reputation thing where you can like vote on and stuff.
in the
You'll put
commendation.
if they're like, all right, I'll help you in trials, and you put their number 2 worldwide ranked right next to that, you know what I mean? Like that all kind of works cohesively together. So this is what would work in my head. This is what I wanted to see, or I want to see in the future, but we'll see. We're supposed to hear news this month, so in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It could be
Normally
Tuesday
they
or
drop the
Thursday.
trailer like the week before or something like that.
Well, we know we're gonna get info on competitive PvP this month before
Okay.
November ends. Joe
Good.
Blackburn tweeted that out, so
Oh yeah.
it could be literally this Thursday, where they drop the news and we're either like woohoo or man.
Twitter explodes.
I think a lot of people are super hyped for that, and if it's bad, then Twitter might implode.
Yeah. I kind of live in the realm of there's a lot of really angry people right now, but everyone always comes back. So, like, it's tough because each season, every single person that I see complaining on Twitter that I'm friends with I'm playing with them like for at least a week until they fly through everything, and then they're back to complaining on Twitter again. So I think, and that's always the 4 seasons in between a new DLC.
It was also weird, like meeting a bunch of people IRL and stuff. Like it puts, like at GCX, it like put everything in like such a weird like bubble because nobody had drama. Nobody was like, "Oh, look at this tweet. Did you see what this person did bad?"
You're humans in real life actually talking to each other.
And it was super nice. That's why I'm looking forward to the trip we're all taking later this week. It's nice and refreshing, and when you're not just sitting behind a screen, just malding and just I don't remember the emote, but the one of him just mashing his keyboard. Like that's literally everyone, and it's always nice to go outside for a change, talk to people IRL.
That's factual.
There's a large world outside of this video game. That is for sure.
Grass.
I want to talk about the whole problem that we're having, and what was commented on our Twitter about how Bungie's
the thing.
Really in a good
Are
spot.
are you talking about the person that said we shouldn't be doing this podcast?
We're brain dead for having this.
We're brain dead for making a podcast right now.
Anyways, it's like that.
The
So
23 people
are mad at
that
Bungie
watched the whole
because of
time will tell them that.
Right. People are mad at Bungie right now or whatever. We don't like them because of what they're doing. They're not doing what we want them to do. They're not listening. Blah 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 blah. How do you guys help kind of fight that burnout, or what are y'all's thoughts?
Oh, I can start with this.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a very optimistic view on life, but plus I'm a little different. I don't get to like grind this for 7 hours a day like I wish I could. It's like kind of here and there.
But there's a lot of people that do.
But this game, like this game, everyone just I don't know how I do this, but like I'm upset that some things are like not the way I like it or whatever. But in the end, it's like I know all of you guys because of this game. I have a lot of really good friends because of this game. Usually, all of the stuff that's been positive in Destiny outweighs for me like whatever's happening in a season. So as long as I'm like, honestly, like if we all went and played COD, I'd be like, good thing. I'm kind of happy Destiny's slowed down. We're playing a different game together. This is kind of nice. I also think that it's trying to be an MMO that's not a full MMO. So not all. It's like a mini MMO that doesn't have enough beef to like keep people around for these long seasons.
That's so true.
Where I can get all the stuff done that I need to get done, and then I kind of like it because I can take a break for a little bit. To be honest, like I grind out my seals and stuff, and then it's like I just kind of I like to play games in moderation. So like I love playing this game like to the end of time, but then I think I personally kind of like that there's lulls like right now where I can go play God of War or I can go play Call of Duty or I can do this or that. So from my perspective, someone who doesn't get to play as much, it's easier for me to be okay whenever these seasonal like humps happen. I'm like seeing this stuff on Twitter. I'm like, listen, it's okay. Like go hang out with your friends or something. I don't like it's okay. Like Destiny will get better eventually. Maybe if it doesn't, something else is going to come around that you can make friends playing. Go play Rocket League with Amps. Like he'll play with you all night.
I love Rocket League. I love it.
But I can see for like the full time, even for you guys who play it all day because it's your job. I can see that being incredibly frustrating because it's like the thing that is helping you make money. So like when the thing that helps you make money to entertain isn't entertaining to everyone, that would be frustrating. Like I don't see that perspective yet because I'm not there. But I can understand.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It is tough. Burnout right now for a lot of creators is very, very real because it's hard to, if you're not enjoying what you're doing, you can only put on a face and be like, ooh, happy-go-lucky so many times. You know what I mean? Before you
I don't
like
have the game installed, so
yeah, before you like. Again.
Okay, Cake.
Cake's like, oh, I don't want to delete.
I do not.
One up us there, bud.
Mod
I was normally so. For me, I'm the exact opposite of you, Luke. I do not play games in moderation. I grind the shit out of games. As much as I can. Like I'm trying to figure out how to see how much Modern Warfare playtime I have already, because it's already at least 100 hours. Probably closing on 200.
Yeah, dude. I wish I could do that. That's what I dream about.
That's what I do with games. Is I get into it and I play. It is like my favorite thing in the world that I do is just try and grind games. So this is the first time in a while that I've really hit that wall of wow, this game is not scratching the itch. And I've always had a very
talking about Destiny.
Yeah. I've always had a very on and off relationship with the game in like long periods. I mean, even since like D1. Like I played D1 from like House of Wolves when I first got it up to Taken King until like a 6-month break. Came back from Rise of Iron or April update of Taken King till D2 Vanilla, then stopped. Came back at Opulence a full 2 years later. Started at Shadowkeep, got off to Arrivals, and then I've been playing pretty consistently since Arrivals. So it's been a while since I've actually had to like take a step back.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those things where the game. I mean, we've hit the point several times already of like the thing that's gonna keep the game going is not seasonal content. It's making sure that the replayable modes are sustained. And
Agreed.
like.
Replayability is the name.
Replayability with anything, whether that be
Absolutely, I've been preaching that shit since day one.
I mean, like, and normally,
Replayability.
yeah, normally I have like GMs because I'm running low on materials, or I've got, and then like, oh, okay, like right now, normally I'd be doing double loot Devil's Lair.
Dude,
I'm low on materials, but last season I was like, oh my god, Kingsfall, let me material prep. And so I over prepped at the end of last season because I was excited, and then this season hits and I'm enjoying it. But now I'm like, okay, I've got 30 golf balls. I have all the trials that I can trials, and it's like of course a new game out as well. But like, it's just like I don't know. It's hard to figure out
Seasonal model.
Yeah.
That's what I've been preaching. The seasonal model right now is, hey, here's the exact same pass as the last year and a half, but with a new exotic and a new ornament set. That's it. And everything else is literally identical.
Yeah. And a new boring activity that's going to make you want to not play video games anymore.
Yeah, you have to play 600 times for
the activity might be cool
loot.
the first 10, 15 times you run it, but they ask you to run it at least like minimum, like oftentimes it's like 100 times to get like
kill 50 ruffians for the seal.
Yeah.
Bro, that took me so long. Like I don't want to do that. I'd rather play on my Game Boy Advance SP than do that.
In Pokemon.
But then you go to the helm and you're like, okay, this is where it gets different. Nope. It's another vendor with 3 rows of colored boxes. That
you have to reset his rank before you even start fucking dicking
reset
around.
the rank. So then you go to Leviathan and you pick up materials and open chests like I did for 17 hours straight to get Beloved. Yes, I did that.
I did
So
too.
stupid.
17 hours straight of just on a patrol, and then after that, and then now it's like the locked currency that you get from seasonal challenges. where
Imagine
it's
if
like,
those little rewards were locked behind that seasonal event. Imagine how many times I would do that seasonal event because the loot was worth it.
yeah, yeah, and but like I don't know, the I think a lot of the player burnout is like the season it feels like the literal exact same thing with a new paint or coat of paint over it every time. It's like literally this season is last season, but pirates.
Yeah,
That's
pirates.
that's
It's
what
not
it feels
actually
like.
any serious.
And the
This is
pirate theme
This
of
is why
that
Menagerie was so
hey,
good.
and the pirate theme of that is, hey, look, there's a ship in the activity, and
Yeah.
look, your armor looks like a skeleton. Like that. That's why people
Huge.
you're playing the same thing over and over again. It's just differently themed. Like the
This is why
cosmetics are
Menagerie
different.
was so damn good because
And
you went in there, you knew what you were
That's it.
doing. Ask Luke. He did it for fucking 24 hours
Oh,
straight.
I did, bro. My 24-hour stream. I did it for 20 of those hours.
20
Yeah.
hours of Menagerie. And he did not get bored
And
once.
it
I
was
bet.
worth it. It was worth it.
He
You had
knew what
like
he was
Beloved.
getting. He
You had
was
Austringer.
He was focusing on everything. He went in there, got you get the hand cannon every time, but it's not perfect. So you run it again. You get the other hand cannon. Oh, it's almost perfect. Not good. You run
I
it
remember
again.
going into
But
PvP to farm the ruins.
each time
to
was
put
a
it in
different
the
experience
thing.
with the same boss. It was a flawless. It was just a beautiful blueprint.
Dude, the worst part about this seasonal model too is you're supposed to unlock this chart of stuff, but then by the time you've unlocked the good stuff that's helpful, you're done.
It's
You're
near the
so
end of the
over it.
season.
You're so over it. You're not playing it anymore.
Or
So
you
like,
already got. This is the main problem. The entire point of the season right now is to just craft the weapons. That's it. That your main goal at the end of the season is, hey, the 5 weapons that come out, I want them all crafted. Which
Yeah.
this is a whole nother conversation. The crafting system is like the most pain. If you want to efficiently farm it, you are going to be in the trenches, and it is not going to be fun. Again, 17 hours on a patrol straight, so I could get Beloved, so I could do a YouTube video. I mean, again, that's coming from a content creator's perspective, but everyone was like, "Oh, Beloved is back. I want to go use it now," and that's what you did, right? But like, that it's once you craft it. Again, I just talked about this earlier. Once you craft the weapons, your season is over. What do you do the rest of the time?
And if you don't want to craft the weapons,
Yeah,
you're done. What I tell you,
there's another point.
I have not done the seasonal quest line since week 2.
I haven't done a seasonal quest line all the way through ever.
see, I'm
That doesn't surprise
I'm
me.
a seal boy, so I've been through the pain every season. I get only reason I play SC now is to have seals because I'm not good enough to like be competitive. So the best thing I can do is be competitive at having a thing over the top of my head that says I spent too much time doing boring stuff. And it's awful. These seasonal quest lines are awful. I will say it does get me on each week.
Man, with just a cutscene.
Yeah, kind of cringe.
Ooh, yeah. And the last point I'll make on the season model is, okay, so if the weapons were super worth chasing, then yeah, I'll go do 17 hours of patrol. Except for the weapons that were just nostalgia that they brought back in season 17. When's the last like good? And again, I'm PvP. When's the last like really solid PvP weapon that we got from seasonal content that was for crafting? Even like PvE, nothing's been like crazy. You know what I mean?
I haven't. I think like you said, last, the Menagerie weapons coming back was the only good, but that's old weapons. Like I don't remember the last time a new weapons. There's never been seasonal weapons that I've been like, oh, I need to get that. I guess there was like what was it? It was the season when Witch Queen came out. There's like a pulse rifle that I use now. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. I use it in PvP.
Oh, Peace of Mind.
Yeah, I think that's a great weapon. But
yeah,
other than that, like that's literally the only one I can think of. Like I don't, other than getting raid weapons because I want to be able to craft them. Just for PvE. It's tough. I don't think I ever like any seasonal weapons.
Yeah, wasn't the Taipan this season like better than the seasonal craftable weapon, and they hand you the better one for free?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why?
Almost, and I feel like that. I mean, that just continues like the whole with weapon. I mean, with weapons in general, this is gonna happen. It's like, okay, the ones that are the best are gonna get chased, and the other ones are gonna get forgotten until later. But I feel like you have a lot of. You have, again, we think of, okay, what have we had as crafting? We've had Peace of Mind. That was the meta weapon in PvP when it first came out. So everybody goes for Peace of Mind, and then nothing. Like, no one's doing the crafting shit. Well, it was kind of new, Season of the Risen, so people were still doing it. But then you have last season with the opulent weapons. Again, Austria Beloved, those weapons. Who crafted the? Were there other weapons added? There were, weren't there?
Yeah.
No clue.
There were. Do you remember the scout rifle? What is it? Something of contrition?
Oh yeah, Tears of Contrition, and then oh yeah, there were, and there was a trace
There's
rifle.
a
There were 5
shotgun.
weapons.
I mean, without remorse,
Without remorse isn't bad. Yeah, but like that's I almost forgot those guns existed. Amps.
They look cool.
Oh, they're pretty. Oh,
They were really shiny.
Guns. Yeah. They and another one of these to add to my collection on my shelf, collecting dust.
And I went straight back to Found Verdict.
I was say Seventh Seraph, Found Verdict, Matador. I'm not new one.
I would use Fellwinter's over it.
Yeah. I'll use a sidearm over at this point.
And then that goes in the power creep conversation, but
Oh God.
I don't think we want to go down that road.
And welcome back to episode 1 of Whining About Destiny.
That's kind of how it always is, right?
And again, I mean, I'm still playing the game. I still love the game. Like Destiny is like
Oh yeah.
the gunplay in Destiny is why people, including me, and I'm speaking for a lot of people here, that is why they play Destiny. The gunplay and the social aspect of Destiny, you don't find anywhere else. And that's why we all... I hate him. He just held up the yes paper sign again.
Yes.
For those of you that are listening. But, like, that is why people come play this game. That's why people are so critical of it. It's like, Destiny has the potential to be, like, one of the best games out there. And it's like... I think that's why people are so critical, and like when anything goes wrong, like people are so mad about it. It's because like they're like, we have a clear-cut vision of like what we want as a consumer, and it's like not. It's just there seemed to have been a big disconnect recently, and yeah, hopefully it gets better.
I agree.
But yeah,
well, let's start wrapping it up. I think we wanted to end with kind of more a Six Fronts focus again as well too, talking about you guys. We wanted to talk about what you think about your future as the Six Front creator, and what do you think about your future as the community manager?
Yeah, like
and
what you got
for the
planned.
team. Yeah, if there's any future plans you guys want to talk with us about, and just tell us what you think about the future.
You want to take
what
this
you
one
want for your
first or me?
You want to hit you want to hit the big one, Amps?
What's the big one?
The one that we've been like, we need to do this thing that involves the podcast.
We're starting a video game.
The
Just
P
kidding.
word.
The P word. The pussy.
So.
Wait a second.
Huh? Anyway, so we don't know a date yet, right? Or is it going to be the next time the podcast is out?
I don't know. Not it. Sometime in the immediate future.
Let's say, yeah. Let's just say soon.
Okay, so we are going to be launching. So we want this podcast, or I'm speaking for Maddox and Luke here. They want this podcast to also involve the community as well, right?
Absolutely.
And chat, the live chat and stuff like that. So we are going to be starting a Patreon in order to fund our editors, in order to make YouTube videos. We want to make sure they're paid and stuff. Other stuff, really cool projects that we want to do that we have all these ideas for. We're going to be doing a Patreon for all that stuff. And you're going to get a ton of cool things, like when we drop merch, you're going to get merch potentially. Again, all this stuff isn't set in stone. It'll be all finished up soon, but you're going to get like merch. There's going to be a questionnaire thing that either we'll read your questions, you'll come on the podcast or something like that. There's going to have your names on the overlays. Like, we've got a bunch of ideas what we can do on that. So that's what's coming in the immediate
It'll
future.
be in all of our credits and everything as well too.
Yep. If you want to directly support us and help us do what we want to do, that just makes sure that everyone's taken care of internally that we want to take care of. So that's the first note.
Well, and that connects with merch coming.
Merch is coming.
We did. I would say we did mention that Patreon would get merch, other people will be able to buy the merch. But that's the thing.
Free merch comes from the Patreon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of free. Well, they pay for it.
Merch.
Discounts.
Yep. Stuff like that.
Giveaways, discounts, all kinds of fun stuff.
There's a lot of options.
Yeah.
There'll
be a lot of fun things.
Incentive. There's a lot of incentive.
There is. There's a lot. If you want to have a accelerated or a higher version, like accelerated experience with this there's so many words I'm saying. If you want an this is what I meant to say. Elevated. If you want an elevated experience,
that's a nice word. Yeah.
Like with this podcast and other like becoming a patron there's just gonna be a lot of options there. Once
quality is gonna ever so slightly get better and better.
It's gonna be 8K resolution. Just kidding.
Yes,
right.
8K 60.
It's gonna be live in Times Square.
Yeah. I think one thing that a lot of
or
people
maybe
have
GCX.
That would be
bro.
Very, very, very fun.
The people listening are the ones that are gonna help us get there, where we can do a live podcast potentially one day.
And I think one thing that people, and I know myself included in the past, have been like, well, I don't really want to do Patreons because I don't really know where the money's going to go. Like what's happening there. At least, God forbid, God willing, we end up with $100,000 a month coming in. That would change things. But especially as we're getting our feet wet and starting everything, 100% of the money is going back to the creative team with editors. If we got someone that's designing merch for us, money from the Patreon's going straight to them for designing that. The editors making videos, where it needs to go. That money is basically going to be its own entity of this is for creative stuff. And then in the future, it's for helping team members get out to GCX or whatnot.
Yep. Things like
it's paying me in
projects like.
It pays for me and Maddox's retirement fund because we're old.
Yes, sir.
Fuck off.
And I bet you a Roth IRA, baby.
The whole team gets Roth IRAs, baby.
Let's go. Free healthcare.
Oh my, yeah. The Patreon's gonna pay for
full benefits
for 6 months.
Yes, bro. We don't get paid, but we get full benefits. I'm in.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, no,
that's
gonna be super good. Other content plans. So we are going to be doing weekly content. I believe we can announce this weekly content on the YouTube channel, where it is going to be the bi-weekly podcast. You're going to have, I think, the full episodes right on YouTube.
Yeah, it'll be the full episodes.
And then I think somewhere in between, either in short format. We're gonna have some sort of cut-ups on there, and then you'll have a unique, like Destiny group style video, like we released today with this spelling bee video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy that. ! YouTube and chat if you didn't see our video today. It's really funny. I look like a moron, so you guys should go like it.
Hey, you didn't lose though.
I barely lost to a guy that couldn't spell. I barely beat a guy that couldn't spell flawless.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh my gosh.
Let that one sink in. But yeah, definitely go check out the YouTube video. But yeah, we're going to be doing a bi-weekly YouTube video like that style. We've already got the next one recorded. Do we want to get a little teaser? Potentially, Mr. Maddox?
I can. It might involve a raid.
Oh,
PS2
and everybody, and
we might be capped at 30 frames.
We have to give up a lot of stuff to make that raid harder. So,
but yeah, we're gonna be doing stuff like that.
And I actually got Touch of Malice at the end as well too.
I hate him still. I don't have Touch of Malice, but yeah. So we got the YouTube videos coming. The podcast. We're gonna be doing other projects in between, stuff like that. Again, we've all got our own schedules and stuff, so you can find us everywhere and all that good stuff.
And I think
those are the future plans right now.
Yeah, I think too for like other content, obviously down the line when we can meet up and do stuff. I really would love for us to do some like what you see a lot of other teams doing with your standard
Luke
IRL
is the
content.
vlogger, baby.
I'm gonna say that, but I mean like the guess the game sound. You know, like who knows Maddox the best. Who knows Luke the best?
We're doing newlywed challenges? Oh, sheesh.
I'm here, baby. I'm a newlywed.
Oh, sheesh.
Oh, Lord.
Dude, where's Nova, bro? I went
out of that shit,
yeah,
baby.
you two are married. You know we're married.
Like in the...
Walls are
all that Rocket League grinding, bro.
Wait,
me and Sam are married.
Me and Walls are married. Walls engaged.
I'd be married to Luke. You treat me well.
I would.
That's a power couple right there.
Hell yeah.
The sheer facial hair is
Dude,
just...
You guys want to hear a little bachelor party secret.
You made out.
This man, we were all tore up. Okay, Luke involved, and we wake up the next day and we're talking about
do
the
not
night
tell
where blah,
say
blah,
this
blah.
on the internet, bro. You
This
can't,
man
bro.
This man goes, can I?
Sure. This better not get. If this
man
gets clipped, this would
comes
be
up to me.
inappropriate.
Yo, get the play button ready, boys.
And he goes, I cupped your balls last night. I go, excuse me? Did I like it? He goes, you did.
Anyway, I think it's a great end to the podcast.
That's a TikTok.
Today.
That
No.
has to be.
I'm
that
blood red,
has-
bro.
That has to be a TikTok. That has to be.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my lord.
It was the greatest.
Well, I
smell
guess
of my
watch
life.
out, boys. Next time we're all hanging out together.
So about the vlogs, I think I got the camera work covered.
Oh god. Oh wow.
Yep.
That shit was hilarious.
Yes,
Oh
sir.
dude, I'm like about to cry. That was so funny. I had no idea where that was going.
Even did I. For the
I
morning.
didn't think it
after.
was going down
Just
there.
kidding. Oh, it was so
Good
funny.
times.
Oh.
Anyways, well, we did it. We had an episode.
Woo!
That was
Welcome
fun.
To the end.
That was fun. This
is
feels
all-
good.
This is all an illusion.
That was fun. All right, anyway, everybody that listened, listen. This was a super fun evening. We talked about Destiny. We talked about friendship. We talked about balls. We did it all, and it's going to
Talked about
continue.
balls.
It's going to continue. We do not know who the next guest is, probably, but we will tell you
But
soon.
we'll let you know.
We will tell you
Follow us.
soon. Keep looking at what is Six Fronts at on Twitter? Six Fronts.
GG.
Six friends.
At
GG.
Six Fronts GG on Twitter.
Exclamation point, Twitter, and chat.
We'll be on there letting you know what's going on. But yo, Amps, Cake, tell us where we can find you, when you stream, when you make content, and then I'll wrap us up. Same to you, Sam. I mean Maddox, Sam.
7, 8, 9.
It's 8.
A
It's
lot
probably 10.
At least 40.
Yeah, it's been a lot. Hey, that's Luke's age. You
Oh
can find me-
dang, 40.
Dang, you taking shots at his age, bro.
Unlucky.
It's nice to call
He's
someone other
dead.
than Walls are old for once, because Walls has been the granddad of the group.
No, look at him. He just had a heart
Well,
I'm
attack.
about to be
Asleep.
30 in 27 days. I think.
Oh no! Yeah, we gotta kick him from the
Wow.
clan.
I know.
No, that's not bad.
I'm
Anymore.
expiring.
We're not geriatrics here.
It's our dad. We got to take care of him.
Yeah, you gotta take care of me.
Put him in a home.
He's in a wheelchair.
Gonna make a
Put him in a home.
Discord section just for me, the retirement home.
Grandpa.
Yes, please.
Grandpa Luke.
Grandpa's
I.
rocking chair.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Oh no!
Old man.
I stream about 3 to 4 times a week. I have a kind of sporadic schedule in terms of what days, but expect streams 3 to 4 times a week on my channel. Twitch.tv/CakeTheSnack, YouTube.com/@CakeTheSnack, short form content. As long as I'm making short form clips and shenanigans on YouTube as well as TikTok at CakeTheSnack, and then long form content as well coming very very soon. If you want to keep up with me and no longer being fat, Twitter.com/CakeTheSnack is a good way to do that.
Hell yeah.
I tweet when I head to the gym.
Are you gonna go right
Is
now?
that brother, it is.
I thought you just said I'm
nighttime.
about to head to the gym. Like, bro, it's 10:48 p.m.
I mean, dude, late night gym sessions hit different though. I actually might. Now that I think about
All right, do it. I
Anyway.
dare you. You won't do it. I do this to you. You go do it. I dare you.
Call of Duty cake.
Also buy some new shoes.
Stop doing the shoes, not again. I think that's all that's the Twitter, the Twitter, the
Sheesh.
TikTok, the YouTube, the Twitch, Discord.gg/Snack Shack. You want to hang out with me and the boys? I think that covers them all. Mr. Amps.
There you go.
Howdy do. My name's Amps. I stream
Oh, we
usually
didn't know
Friday.
that.
Interrupt me one more time.
Awkward.
Yeah, take the earbuds out and leave the room. Okay. Anyway,
Continue,
as I was saying
continue.
before, I was rudely interrupted. Hi, my name is Amps. I usually stream Friday through Monday at usually between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern and do trials. However, since I did just get partnered, I've been experimenting with a couple weekday streams here and there, trying to figure out what I want to do, where I want to bring my content. So, and I'm going on technically 2 trips in the next 2 weeks. So it's going to be a little sporadic, but that's what I got going on. I'm also going to be starting to post on YouTube a lot more, with some really cool videos talking about the whole comp rework in depth, like I talked about tonight, coming this week. So at MCG on YouTube and Twitter and TikTok for daily uploads.
Heck yeah. I'm going to watch them.
Woohoo!
Am I out of timeout?
Maddox, tell
You
me
can
about
come
you.
back now.
I can come back, okay?
He's back with the sweet hoodie on.
Oh, shit!
Love to see it.
Almost fell.
I'm Maddox. I stream every Thursday night doing scrims, and I'm the backpack to the scrim community. That's all I'm saying. And come check us out if you guys want to learn how to play PvP in a more controlled environment
I will.
without any toxicity.
I'll be there.
No, you
Heck
won't.
yeah. Heck yeah. Well, my name is BeardedLuke. I stream on Tuesdays at night. And I do this podcast. I also make YouTube videos that are not real yet, but they will be about technology, video games. Not video games, just kidding. Technology, desk setups, shoes, whatever I think about.
Some
It's
helpful knowledge.
just cool stuff, all right? You
I'm
can
gonna
find
steal that line. I make YouTube videos that aren't real yet.
Yes.
I'm stealing that one.
Do it.
OnlyFans.com/BeardedLuke.
Yeah.
Also that one.
Yeah, sir.
Secret link.
Yes. And so thanks for listening. This was episode 1 of the Six Fronts podcast. We will see you on the next episode. Thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you all
Hey, thanks for
next
having
time. Peace
Bye-bye.
out.